Hello and welcome to Physical Geology at PCC in the spring 2021. My name is Dr. Naj or Professor Naj and I am your instructor. A little bit about how to pronounce my name. It's spelled N-A-G-Y and often people say Nagy. I pronounce it the Hungarian way, which is with a single syllable, Naj. Now, you might see my name also hyphenated, N-A-G-Y hyphen Shadman, such as in my email address and I believe at the bookstore. That's me as well, don't be confused, but I do go by Dr. Naj. I'm a geologist by training, and I'm really excited to teach this course. I've taught it many, many times, and I'd really love to take you out into the field to hike around and look at geology firsthand. That really is the way to learn about rocks and minerals. But we'll do the best we can. This video is to get you familiar with our Canvas site. So let's go ahead and do that. Here's our home page. The page has announcements at the top. The three most recent announcements will always be at the top. Here is the name of the class, and here's my welcome message. What you'll see down here under my picture is where should I begin? So this is what you should do. These three things when you first get to the home page. You should read my welcome announcement, which is this up here. If you click on it, it'll open and you'll see a longer message. You should read the message below, which is this here. And this explains what each of these choices here on the menu on the left mean. What does modules mean? Grades, announcements, discussions. Very, very briefly, it tells you about each of those. What it doesn't tell you about is this other menu over here, which is the red Canvas menu. So if you've never used Canvas before, these are probably going to be quite new to you, and you might go to the Help button, which will bring you to Canvas guides, which can help you understand how to navigate through the Canvas world. There are also videos that'll introduce you to Canvas in general. One thing that you might want to check out is the calendar. And if you hit the calendar button, it should take you to a calendar that shows you all due dates for all your classes that are using Canvas. This is in an agenda style if you like it like that, or you can look at a monthly calendar. Now, here's February 8th. This is the day I'm recording this, but we start class on the 16th. These are your first three assignments that are due to secure your place in the class. Okay, so back to our home page. On the list here, the third thing that you should do is start the orientation module, and that is over here under modules. So you're going to spend a lot of your time under this particular place right here. Now, not all instructors might do it this way, but this is the way I do it. When you get here, you're going to see an orientation module at the top that says start here, so start here. You're also going to see week 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's all you're going to see. Now, this is my version, so I can see the rest of the semester. Exam number 1 is going to follow these first 4 weeks, and then there's going to be the rest of the semester. You can't see that yet. I don't want you to see it yet. I don't want you to be confused as to what you should be studying. So far you're only going to see the material that's for exam number 1. But let's start here at the orientation module. So you hit that little triangle and it opens up the list of things under the module. I've placed them in an order that I'd like you to go through them, and I've done that by indicating also alphabetically A, B, C, D, etc. You can click your way through each of these by just clicking on them. And then also, once you're in them, let's click on A. If you don't want to keep coming back to that main page, at the bottom of each page, it says next. And then you can go to the next thing that was in that list. So this is the overview page. It introduces you to what the orientation module is all about. It tells you what a module even is. These are the objectives of the module in terms of what you're going to understand by the time you're done going through the module. And then it tells you what's next. So you can hit next, and it goes to the next thing in that list, which was B, welcome letter. So I know you already received the welcome letter. I just put another copy of it in here for your convenience. The next thing is the first check-in assignment, which is to watch the orientation video, which you're doing right now. So boom. Done with the first of 3 check-in assignments. And I know you're doing this because I will automatically know that you've watched this. The computer tells me that. Your picture is going to look a little different. This is the video I took for last fall. So I'm going to go actually back to the module page view so you can see a little bit differently. We don't have to look at each of these. So we just looked at A, B, C. D is an important one. This is one you're going to go back to all the time. It's the syllabus, and it's got general information, also a homework tab, lab assignments, quizzes, discussions, projects, and exams. All the due dates, all the pages, all the times when they're available, all that information is here. So you'll come back here a lot. This is your course description, my contact information, my office hours, which are on Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at a variety of times. I did that so that some people who can maybe meet with me in the morning have an opportunity to, or early afternoon or late afternoon. And you can also try, if none of these work, to contact me and we can arrange a different time to meet over Zoom. So this is all done over Zoom. Materials, there are 2 things that you need to get from the bookstore, and I'm just about positive you can do this online and have them mail them to your home. There's a laboratory manual and there's a workbook. And I will tell you right now that the laboratory manual has a page number problem with the table of contents and the page numbers that the volume currently has. The page numbers that I list for your assignments are correct. Unfortunately, the table of contents no longer really accurately matches the rest of the lab manual because that's the way life works. Anyway, I'll be clear on that. Also, at the very back of your lab manual are several color pages, and those have to be taken out and inserted back into other parts of the lab manual at the correct page. You'll see what I mean when you get your manual. And then there's a tutorial workbook. There's no textbook. Your textbook is online and it's free, and there's the link right there. So the rest of this page tells you what topics we're going to cover and how many weeks we're going to cover it. And I've highlighted some special stuff near the end of the semester. We're going to focus on California geology. Your learning outcomes, performance objectives, and some other things here. So homework is listed here. It's described. It's usually due on Wednesdays and Saturdays. Here's the schedule. Homeworks are available at the beginning of a topic period. So for exam number 1, the first 6 homeworks are covering material that will be on exam number 1. So they're all available right now, but these are the due dates. Homeworks can be attempted 3 times, and I'll keep your highest grade. Lab assignments are listed here. Quizzes are listed here. They are only open and available to you 4 days before they're due, because I don't want you to take them early by mistake. You only have 1 attempt to take those, and you have 25 minutes. They're timed, so they're a bit different than homeworks. Discussions, these are where you're going to post a response to something I ask, and your first one is due this Thursday, the 18th, February 18th, by midnight. I should mention that all due dates are at midnight or 11:59 on the day they're due. And discussions have a first part where you reply to my prompt, and a second part, which is on that Saturday, so this would be the 20th, where you reply to 2 of your peers. And all of that is explained in the instructions. And then there are 2 projects and 3 exams. So all of that information is there, and I want you to read through it on your own. Grade policies is the next one. This breaks down the grading and all in one place, so it's a little bit easier to see. And it tells you I drop your 2 lowest homework scores at the end of this semester, and your lab assignments, and there's some extra credit, etc. Other course policies such as attendance, dropping. If you need to drop this class right away, it gives you a little assistance. Again, attendance, because it's an online class, is going to be a little tricky. So I'm going to consider attendance equal to participation. If you participate in the class, which means you're doing your work and you're turning things in, then you're attending. And if you're not, then your grade is going to suffer. So your participation is important from the very first day, because these 3 things that you need to do are going to tell me that you are enrolled in the class and you're staying enrolled. So watching this video and then the other 2 assignments that I'll show you in just a moment. Some other information about dropping, academic honesty, and then I typically don't accept late work unless, if you read this very last sentence here, unless there's a medical or a court-ordered reason, and then I would like official paperwork. However, as this second to last paragraph says, I have decided with my online courses that there is a buffer of 24 hours. So if you turn something in within 24 hours of its due date, you will automatically receive up to 50% of that. Normally, I would give you a 0. So that's a little buffer, but obviously it's not going to save you if that's all you ever do. All right, so you want to read through that a little bit more. Ethics of written work, I'll let you read that. We don't have a lot of writing work in this class. This one, return here often. I'm going to let you look at that when you look at the very first learning video, but this is where all the learning outcomes are for your class. This is where you're going to find out what it is I want you to learn for each topic. Here are the links for the office hours. Every day there's a different Zoom link for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday because they're at different times. Frequently asked questions. This one's a little bit about me. And then these are your other 2 assignments that are due the very first week. Homework number 1. It's just a review of this orientation module. And again, you get 3 attempts, no time limit, but there is a due date. And then homework 3 is to participate in the discussion twice. And then this end of module kind of wraps up what we've done. Now, this first week, we're doing a second module. It's the only week that we're doing 2 modules. So the orientation module is really pretty easy. Now, every week is going to have a similar format. We're going to have an overview, and then we're going to have a textbook reading and time management help. So let me show you these.